There's a quantum reality secret no one told you, and it's the only thing standing between you and the version of yourself you've been chasing. The moment you hear this, your timeline can shift. Instantly. Not later. Now. Pause and breathe. Feel the quiet hum beneath your ribs. That hum is a vibrational frequency broadcasting into the quantum field. The field responds to coherence, not effort. This is the observer effect, alive inside your nervous system. What you witness, you reinforce. What you attune to, you become. Stay to the end. This is not information. This is a ceremony. And when it's complete, you will not be the same. Tonight, we begin an upgrade. An energetic alignment between heart and mind. Heart-brain coherence is your bridge identity, the signal that tells the multiverse who you are. When the signal stabilizes, reality creation accelerates. You've been taught to push, to try, to manifest by force. But your subconscious programming is the anchor. It loops old neural pathways and your life echoes them. We are going to let go, release, and begin integration with the new self already waiting. Remember this phrase, already yours. Whisper it, already yours. As you whisper, the field is listening. This declaration is not symbolic, it's embodiment. Identity is a practiced resonance. When you change the practice, you change the person. Feel your breath tuning, breath after breath. Sense the timeline shift gathering, the wave of possibility trembling at the edge of collapse. You are learning to collapse the wave with presence, not pressure. With attunement, not anxiety. This is how synchronicity finds you. Stay with me. Each sentence is a step across the bridge. Each pause is part of the ceremony. You will hear simple instructions that become anchors. You will feel the gentle pull of a truer signal. Let it move through you. Now place a hand on your heart. Say quietly, I am coherence. I am the signal. I remember myself. Begin the journey. Now this is self-remembering, not performance. Manifestation is biology and physics, not wishful thinking. As heart and brain fall into coherence, your energetic alignment imprints a pattern. Neural pathways soften and reroute. The bridge identity stabilizes. A timeline shift becomes inevitable, and reality creation begins to echo the frequency you trust. You've tried to manifest. You've made the lists, said the affirmations, and yet the loop repeats. You wake up in the same room with the same thoughts, breathing the same frequency you swore you'd escape. You promise yourself an upgrade, but your nervous system keeps returning to the familiar, subconscious programming tugging you back through the same neural pathways, the same choices, the same outcomes. It's not that you're broken. It's that your vibrational frequency is still tuned to yesterday. You walk into your day and see the same faces, make the same choices, watch the same reality echo itself. You notice the observer effect inside your own mind. The more you watch the lack, the more you collapse the wave into lack. You want a timeline shift, but your body acts as an anchor to what is known. Your heart longs for coherence, yet your thoughts spiral in old resonance. Sound familiar? You read about the quantum field and heart-brain coherence and wonder why it isn't landing. Because the field answers coherence, not wishing. The field is listening to your signal, your identity and embodiment, moment to moment. Energetic alignment is not a sentence you speak. It is an attunement you live. Until the bridge identity is stabilized, reality creation mirrors the practiced self, not the imagined one. Maybe you've tried to force it, clench harder, speak louder, manifest faster, yet the river of habit keeps you circling. This isn't failure, it's physics and biology agreeing. Your system seeks safety and repetition. Integration asks you to let go of luggage that no longer fits. Release the apology. Release the second guessing. Release the delay. When you soften your grip, your frequency loosens. When you breathe evenly, heart and brain begin to whisper to each other. Coherence is how timelines move. There is a multiverse of you already available, new self already yours, waiting at the edge of your awareness. A simple ceremony can begin the tuning. A hand on your heart, a quieter breath, a gentle declaration. Say softly, I choose resonance. I choose attunement. Feel the micro shift? That is how we collapse, not by force, but by presence. If this is your echo, you are home. You belong here. This is your frequency. Type 777 and declare in the comments, the former me has been dissolved, not as performance, but as alignment. The moment you choose coherence, your timeline begins to move. In the quantum field, every possibility exists until it is observed. The moment you witness, you collapse the wave. This is the observer effect, not abstract theory, but the living bridge between your attention and reality creation. Think of your awareness as a dial. When you are tuning it, subtle, precise, you're choosing which signal becomes your world. Static becomes music the instant your station locks into resonance. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that identity is stored in your nervous system. Habits of feeling and thought wired into neural pathways. Until those pathways receive an upgrade, attention defaults to the old station, and your life repeats the old song. Bruce Lipton reminds us perception writes chemistry. Change the way you observe and the body's biology begins to follow. And research from HeartMath shows that heart-brain coherence generates a measurable field, an instruction set to the space around you. When heart and mind are synchronized, your vibrational frequency stabilizes. When scattered, the signal fractures. Imagine a vast multiverse of you, countless roots, each a possible timeline shift. Your attention is the bridge. Your practiced state, your breath, posture, tone, and story, forms a bridge identity that either carries you forward or keeps you orbiting the shore you already know. When you center, breathe, and attune, you send a single clear declaration into the field. This station, this self. And the field responds because the field is listening. This is not force, this is coherence. You do not bully a radio into playing the song. You relax your grip, refine your dial, and let the music appear. In the same way, embodiment arrives when you let go, when you release the reflex to check, fix, and fear. The body becomes your anchor into the new frequency. The mind becomes your navigator. Attention collapses potential. Attunement keeps it stable. This is energetic alignment. So ask quietly, which station am I broadcasting now? Is it the station of almost or the steady tone of already yours? Feel how a slight shift of breath begins integration. Feel how a softer chest summons coherence. When you witness with tenderness, you do not feed the loop. You collapse it. When you choose a different feeling and hold it, you rehearse a new self. If your chest knows this is true, make a soft declaration under your breath. I attune. I remember. I am the signal. And if you want to seal it in community, type 777 as a quiet vow to your future attention. The principle is simple. Observe, attune, and allow the bridge to form. Then walk it, not with urgency, but with rhythm, until the station of your becoming plays through you like a song. Vision boards and affirmations don't work if the nervous system is still tuned to yesterday's frequency. You can stack words sky high, but if your body remains an anchor for the old identity, the quantum field reads the same broadcast. The field doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your coherence. You already know this in your bones. When your breath is shallow and your heart is guarded, your world echoes that tension back. Here's the gentle challenge. Most of what you've called manifestation has been mind only. Meanwhile, your subconscious programming keeps looping through the same neural pathways, instructing your chemistry, posture, and micro choices. You focus on the goal, but the practice self keeps steering the ship. In the language of physics, the observer effect says your attention collapses possibility into form. If you keep observing from worry, you collapse the wave into more of the same. If you keep listening to static, you'll miss the station. It answers the signal, not the wish. Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us that identity lives in the body. Bruce Lipton shows that perception reshapes biology. HeartMath maps heart-brain coherence as a measurable field. Translation: when the heart and mind attune, your electromagnetic signature becomes clear. That clarity is energetic alignment. It's the difference between wanting and embodiment. The field is listening for a stable tone, not a strained sentence. Think of it like tuning a radio. The vision board is the album cover. The signal is the music. Until your breath slows, your chest softens, your language matches your nervous system's feeling tone, you are asking the multiverse from two addresses at once. You say new, but your body says known. You want a timeline shift, yet resist the bridge that carries you there. The bridge identity that acts like the software update for your state. The remedy is not force. It is attunement, release, and integration. Whisper this declaration. Already yours. Let the words land as sensation, not performance. Notice the micro upgrade. Shoulders drop, breath deepens, a warmer resonance arrives. That is how reality creation begins. A small ceremony in the body that becomes a large echo in your life. Let go of the hurry. Let go of the proof-seeking. Release the luggage. When you stabilize a kinder rhythm, the station locks and synchronicities assemble as if by grace. It answers the signal, not the wish. If you feel the subtle shift, seal it in community. Type 777 and write, "The former me has been dissolved." This is self-remembering, not pretending, but practicing the new self until the world recognizes your song. Your electromagnetic signature is your declaration to the universe. The field is listening. Not to what you hope for, but to what you consistently embody. This is the real mechanism, energetic alignment. When your breath, your thoughts, your posture, your choices, and your feeling tone agree, you emit a stable vibrational frequency. A signal the quantum field can organize around. Shift your identity and the field will reorganize around you. Think of identity as practiced coherence. Your nervous system repeats what it knows. Your subconscious programming keeps your neural pathways firing in familiar patterns. But when you cultivate heart-brain coherence, your inner station locks into resonance. That resonance becomes an instruction to possibility. In a living multiverse, that is how a timeline shift occurs. Not by forcing outcomes, but by attunement to the self who already lives there. You must become the version that your desired timeline recognizes as its own. This is the bridge identity, the living software update that allows reality creation to register your new address. When you breathe as them, speak as them, choose as them, your electromagnetic field broadcasts, already yours. And gently, consistently, probabilities begin to collapse in your favor. You collapse the wave by staying with the feeling, long enough for the world to reflect it back. This shift is a ceremony more than a sprint. First, let go of the old anchor, the micro-tensions, the rehearsed doubts. Release the narrative that you must earn what is already native to your soul. Then invite integration. One consistent breath, one coherent thought, one aligned action at a time. Feel the subtle upgrade as your system stabilizes. Notice the small confirmations. A calm heartbeat where panic used to live, a clear yes where confusion used to echo. These are not accidents. They are the physics of embodiment. If you want a simple practice, whisper inwardly, "I attune. I remember I am the signal." Pause and sense the shift. The observer effect begins within. How you witness yourself is how the world learns to see you. When awareness is kind and steady, identity uncoils and the next version of you steps forward naturally. This is your turning point, your living declaration to the field. If you can feel the frequency catching, seal it in community. Type 777 and write, "The former me has been dissolved," not as performance but as practice. Because when identity moves, outcomes follow. Who must you become now? Breathe the answer. Stand as them. Let the ceremony continue with every step you take. Heart-brain coherence changes your electromagnetic field. Neural pathways rewire. The nervous system releases its old anchor. When your heart and mind move in coherence, your vibrational frequency stabilizes into a single clear tone, and the quantum field responds. This is the moment the observer effect becomes personal. What you consistently witness in yourself is what you consistently teach reality to echo. Think of it as precise tuning. When the dial locks, the station becomes music. In biology, that lock is coherence. In spirit, it is attunement. Together, they form energetic alignment, the lived signal of your identity. In this alignment, the chemistry of worry quiets, the posture of fear softens, and attention stops feeding old loops of subconscious programming. The body interprets your new tone as safety, and safety invites change. Bit by bit, pathways prune, new pathways fire. You feel the subtle upgrade, not dramatic at first, but certain. This is how a timeline shift begins, not by forcing matter, but by broadcasting a new field. Your inner yes becomes a continuous declaration to the space around you. Already yours. The field is listening. Hold the tone long enough and probabilities begin to collapse into form. You don't push outcomes, you collapse the wave by staying in signal, breath by breath, choice by choice. Science meets spirit here. Heart math measures coherence as a rhythmic signature the body broadcasts. Teachers like Joe Dispenza show how practiced feeling states carve new neural highways. Bruce Lipton reminds us that perception instructs biology. Translation: your state is your instruction set for reality creation. When you embody the instruction, manifestation follows. Now place a quiet awareness on your chest. Notice the smallest opening. This isn't performance, it's self-remembering. Let the exhale let go what can be released. Invite a gentle integration. I attune, I am resonance, I am coherence. This is a living ceremony. No rush, no proving. Simply remain as the signal you want life to mirror. Call forth your bridge, identity, the version of you your desired timeline recognizes as its own. How do they breathe? How do they choose? Stand as them for a few breaths. This is embodiment. When the mind wanders, return to coherence. When the body tightens, soften the anchor points and return to attunement. In a vast multiverse of possibilities, the tone you hold is the road you travel. If you feel the tone catching, seal it in community. Type 777 and whisper, "The former me has been dissolved." Not as superstition, but as practice. Coherence is cumulative. Keep the signal. The field responds. Close your eyes. Breathe. Inhale gently through the nose. Exhale longer than you took in. What emotions live in your body most often? Anxiety, doubt, or gratitude? Notice without judgment. This is the observer effect within you. As you witness, you begin to collapse the wave of automatic reactivity. Feel how your breath steadies your nervous system. Feel the hum of your vibrational frequency in the chest. You are broadcasting these frequencies into the quantum field right now, and the field is listening. Place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Invite heart-brain coherence, a soft synchronization, a subtle attunement. Ask, which feeling have I rehearsed daily? Which story have my neural pathways been repeating? See the loop as simply subconscious programming, not your truth, just practice. Whisper inwardly, I can let go. With your next exhale, allow a micro-release in the shoulders, jaw, and tongue. The body is your anchor into the signal you want life to mirror. Now scan for 3 emotions you're ready to retire. Name them silently. Imagine each one as a small piece of luggage you've been carrying. In this moment of simple ceremony, set each bag down by your feet. Feel the space that opens, the clean air of integration. In that space, choose 3 qualities your new self embodies: calm, clarity, gratitude, power, love. Breathe as if those qualities are already yours. This is energetic alignment. This is practical embodiment. Say with me slowly, like a tuning fork finding pitch: I choose coherence. I choose resonance. Again, softer. I choose coherence. I choose resonance. Notice how the tone gathers, how your state upgrades by degrees, a living software update to your identity. This is your bridge identity locking in, the version of you your desired timeline shift recognizes as its own. Sense the wider multiverse of possibilities fanning out before you. From the still point of coherence, choose one feeling to keep for the next hour. Just one. Let that feeling guide your micro-choices, how you stand, speak, breathe, and move. This is reality creation at human scale. Offer a simple declaration under your breath. I attune. I remember. I am the signal. Stay there for 2 slow breaths. If you feel the subtle current taking hold, seal it in community. Type 777 and write, "The former me has been dissolved." Not as performance, but as practice. Not as wishing, but as witnessing. Each time you return to this coherence, you strengthen the pathway, you steady the broadcast, and outcomes begin to meet you halfway. Keep breathing. Keep choosing. The wave collapses toward who you are willing to be now. Close your eyes. Slow the breath. See your current self standing on one shore and your future self waiting on the other. Feel the quiet space between you, the river of potential, the quantum field shimmering with every possibility. Notice your vibrational frequency as a tone in the chest. Notice the gentle pull of heart-brain coherence arriving as breath and heartbeat begin to agree. Now step onto the bridge. Feel the timeline shift beneath your feet, subtle, certain like a click of precise tuning. This is a ceremony of attunement. Your awareness is the observer effect. Your presence is what begins to collapse the wave. Each step says to life, I am the signal. Each step teaches your nervous system that coherence is safe. Halfway across, pause. Sense the old patterns. Threads of subconscious programming, familiar neural pathways, micro-tensions that once kept you as an anchor to yesterday. With the next exhale, let go. With the next, release. Feel an inner upgrade unfolding, jaw softer, shoulders lower, breath wider. This is integration in real time. Take another step. Feel your field settle into resonance. Whisper your declaration. It is already mine. The field is listening. Again, slower. It is already mine. The field is listening. Let those words be more than sound. Let them be embodiment. The lived tone of your identity becoming the new self. Ahead, your future self stands open-palmed, familiar, patient, luminous. In this vast multiverse, they exist because you do. Walk the final meters with calm certainty. Imagine your 2 bodies aligning like a lock and key. Posture, breath, voice, choice, merging into one steady presence. Feel the click of energetic alignment as the bridge becomes a single path. Now step in. Allow the overlay. Your eyes seeing as them, your voice sounding as them, your choices arising from their clarity. Sense the world around you relearning your frequency. Reality creation organizing around your steadiness. Do not reach. Simply remain. Coherence does the reaching for you. Place a hand on your heart. Say softly, I attune. I remember. I am the signal. Feel the echo return from the field. This is self-remembering, not trying but allowing, not grasping but grounding. If you felt the shift, type 777 now and write, the former me has been dissolved. Seal this moment in community. And once more, as the new self standing fully on the far shore, speak into the space that hears you. It is already mine. The field is listening. Stay in the tone. The bridge is inside you now. Tesla knew energy, frequency, and vibration were the keys to the universe. He was speaking of the same field you are in right now, the living quantum field that responds to the tone you carry. You are not a passive observer wandering through matter. Through the observer effect, your attention instructs possibility which way to collapse. And here is the reframe that changes everything. You are the transmitter and the receiver. When your heart and mind fall into coherence, your vibrational frequency stabilizes as a single clear signal. Heart-brain coherence is not a metaphor. It's a measurable rhythm that steadies the nervous system and begins to rewrite neural pathways. That rhythm is your broadcast, your living declaration to space. Hold it with attunement, and the surrounding reality begins tuning to you. This is energetic alignment in practice. Picture the multiverse like a band of stations. Each possible you is already playing, calm, confident, magnetic. A timeline shift is not reached by strain but by precise tuning. The more you embody the tone of the outcome, breath, posture, voice, the more the field hears, already yours. In that steadiness, probabilities begin to collapse the wave in your favor. You do not chase the song, you become its resonance. If old noise rises, doubt, hurry, the reflex to prove, notice the pull of your former anchor. Then let go. Release. This micro-act is an upgrade to your identity, choosing the feeling of safety over the habit of survival. With each gentle return to coherence, you're performing a quiet ceremony of integration. This is self-remembering, not performance but embodiment. Say softly now, as if you were adjusting a dial, I attune, I vibrate in coherence, I am the signal. Let the words sink below thought into sensation. Feel the body receive them. Feel the room receive them. Feel how the world begins to lean toward that steadiness because the field is listening. This is what Tesla pointed toward. Frequency first, manifestation second. In practical terms, choose one micro-behavior your new self would do in the next 5 minutes. How they breathe before they speak, how they stand as they decide. Small acts held consistently are how you transmit a stable station. Small acts are how reality creation hears you. If you can feel the click like a station locking, seal it in community, type 777 and write, "The former me has been dissolved." Then whisper your vow to the field. It's already mine. Remain in the tone. Stay with the breath. Keep the station. The bridge is built from coherence, and every step across it carries you deeper into the timeline that recognizes you as its own. There is a story I could tell about anyone, about you. For years you carried invisible luggage, a quiet ache knitted into your nervous system. Mornings began with a rush of thoughts. Subconscious programming pulling familiar neural pathways like strings. You wanted manifestation, you prayed for a sign, but your body stayed as the anchor to yesterday. Then one late night, headphones on, you tried something different. You turned down the world and turned toward your breath. Hand on, heart, you invited heart-brain coherence. Slow inhale, longer exhale, like tuning a station. In that small ceremony, you made a simple declaration under your breath. Already yours. The moment you witnessed yourself with tenderness, the observer effect became intimate. Attention softened the loop and began to collapse a different outcome. A warmth spread across the chest, a steadier vibrational frequency gathered. You didn't push, you listened. And because the field is listening, the tone held. Over days, the shifts were quiet. You paused before speaking, stood a little taller, chose water instead of worry. That was integration. Tiny acts of embodiment that told the quantum field who you were now. A text arrived at the right time. An invitation you would have missed before. You noticed that when you rested in coherence, the outer rearranged without argument. You remembered the line we repeat here. It answers the signal, not the wish. Again, slower. It answers the signal, not the wish. One morning you felt the click, a subtle upgrade, as if a new station locked. The old fear still knocked, but it didn't own the door. You realized your task wasn't to force matter. It was to keep attunement, to be the steady signal your life could orbit. That's when the timeline shift became real. The future you sensed wasn't out there. It was a lane inside the multiverse you could step into. Your bridge identity, the way you breathed, chose, and moved, matched the version your timeline recognized as its own. You could feel resonance replacing resistance. There were days of drift, of course. Rivers still curve. On those days you returned to breath and let the shoulders let go, let the jaw release, letting presence collapse the wave of panic before it gathered. You practice self-remembering. I attune. I am coherence. I am the signal. And life kept answering with small, precise harmonies. Right place, right words, right timing. Stacking into a new story of reality creation. This is how identity changes, not in a single thunderclap, but in faithful notes. You become the music you wish to hear, and the room begins to hum along. If any part of you felt that click, seal it now. Type 777 and whisper already yours. Then stay with the tone. The field, as always, is listening. Here is your 3-part framework. Breathe slowly as you listen, because this is not a checklist. It is a frequency you inhabit within the quantum field. First, release the former self. Let the body show you what it's still holding. Micro clenches in the jaw, the shoulders acting as an anchor, the chest guarding old stories. Notice the tug of subconscious programming running along familiar neural pathways. With each exhale, let go. With the next, release. Whisper a quiet declaration. Already yours. Feel how the nervous system softens when you stop arguing with yesterday. The observer effect becomes intimate here. By witnessing without judgment, you begin to collapse the wave of the loop itself. This is the opening ceremony, a gentle upgrade in how you hold yourself, a first click of tuning away from survival and toward presence. Sense the space created for integration. Second, embody the new frequency now. Don't wait for proof. Breathe as the new self breathes, stand as they stand, choose as they choose. Invite heart-brain coherence. Inhale, slow exhale, until a steady resonance gathers in the chest. This is energetic alignment. Posture, breath, emotion, and thought in attunement. Let your identity speak in sensation. Warm palms, grounded feet, voice rooted in calm. In this moment, you are broadcasting a clean vibrational frequency into the field, and the field is listening. Feel the subtle click of a timeline shift as probabilities begin to collapse around your steadiness. You're not forcing manifestation. You're allowing reality creation to organize around the signal you consistently live. In a vast multiverse of versions of you, the one you embody now is the station the world tunes to. Say it softly. I attune. I am coherence. I am the signal. Third, anchor coherence daily. Return to the signal on purpose. One morning breath before you move. One conscious pause before you speak. One aligned action you can complete today. Let repetition sculpt biology. Let biology stabilize belief. As you keep the rhythm, the bridge identity, the version your desired timeline recognizes, becomes your baseline. Your system will occasionally drift. Rivers curve. When it does, come back to coherence. Breath longer out than in, shoulders soft, mind listening. Each return carves fresh neural pathways, teaches the body that safety lives here, and steadies the field's response. This is maintenance of embodiment, not performance. self-remembering in motion. Listen closely. These are not steps to follow. They are a state to live. When you release, embody, and anchor continuously, you carry a single message through every hallway of your life, already yours. That message is what the field answers. If you feel the tone catching, seal it in community. Type 777 and write, "The former me has been dissolved." Not to impress anyone, but to impress this truth upon your nervous system. Keep the signal, keep the ceremony, keep the coherence. And watch how life, hearing your steady station, turns toward you again and again. Close your eyes, let the breath slow. Feel your chest rise and fall as your nervous system settles into coherence. Place a hand on your heart and one on your belly. Sense your vibrational frequency gathering. Steady, clear, simple. Repeat after me slowly. I am resonance. I am the new self. My timeline has shifted. Again with softer breath. I am resonance. I am the new self. My timeline has shifted. One more time, like a vow. I am resonance. I am the new self. My timeline has shifted. Feel the subtle click of attunement, the dial turning, the tuning precise. This is your field becoming a single message in the quantum field. This is the observer effect made intimate. Your awareness teaching reality which probability to collapse. You are not forcing, you are broadcasting. You are not begging, you are becoming. Repeat after me. I am coherence. I am the signal. The field is listening. Again, I am coherence. I am the signal. The field is listening. Let the breath lengthen as your heart-brain coherence stabilizes. Imagine old threads of subconscious programming loosening, familiar neural pathways releasing their hold. Whisper inwardly, I let go, I release. Feel the old anchor lift. This is your gentle upgrade, the beginning of integration. Repeat after me. Already yours, already mine, already here. Again slower, already yours, already mine, already here. Sense the horizon of the multiverse widening around you. The timeline shift isn't somewhere distant. It's happening as you hold this tone. Your posture is your proof. Your breath is your bridge. This is embodiment. The identity you carry becoming the life you live. This is reality creation by presence, not pressure. Repeat after me. I remember myself. I attune. I remain. Again, I remember myself. I attune. I remain. Now speak directly to the space that hears you. Make a living declaration. I am the bridge identity. I walk as the new self. My signal is clear. I collapse the wave with kindness. I stand in resonance. I am coherence. The field is listening. Let this be a simple ceremony in your own breath. No strain, no proving, just rhythm. If you feel the subtle movement, the quiet certainty that something inside has aligned, seal it in community so the field can witness it. Type your declaration below. Write the sentence that claims your station. And if you felt the click, type 777 and say, the former me has been dissolved. Repeat after me. I am resonance. I am the new self. My timeline has shifted. Again, gently, I am resonance. I am the new self. My timeline has shifted. Notice the room responding to your steadiness. Notice your body trusting the signal it's sending. This is the moment where manifestation ceases to be an idea and becomes a frequency you can feel. Hold it for one more breath and one more after that. You are home. You belong here. This is your frequency. You wake tomorrow and the air feels different. Your choices align. Synchronicity greets you. You move through the room as if the world has been quietly rearranged around your steady breath. This is not an accident. It is the observer effect made personal. Attention, feeling, and action agreeing in the quantum field until possibilities collapse into form. You notice it first in your body. The nervous system rests in coherence. Heart-brain coherence holds like a warm thread through your morning. Old subconscious programming tries to speak, but the voice is far away. New neural pathways glow with familiarity, and the old anchor loosens without a fight. You feel a gentle upgrade, subtle, cellular, because your state has become your instruction set. Outside, life mirrors your tone. A message arrives on time. A conversation opens a door. Small signs assemble with precision, as if an invisible hand is tuning the day to your pitch. This is energetic alignment at work, posture, breath, language, and choice carrying a single, steady vibrational frequency. The field is listening, and your life answers with cohesion instead of friction. You act as your new self, not trying to prove it, simply living it. Your calendar reflects clean decisions. Your voice holds clarity without hardness. You don't chase, you attune. When a snag appears, you breathe longer out than in, and remember, your task is to keep the signal. The rest is reality creation unfolding at human scale. In quiet moments, you sense the wider multiverse, lanes of you branching like light. You're not straining to reach them. Your stable signal invites a timeline shift to meet you. The bridge identity you rehearsed, how you walk, decide, and rest, has become natural. This is embodiment, not performance. Presence, not pressure. You whisper a morning declaration as if to a trusted friend. Already yours. The words land in the chest, and you feel the day lean toward you. When doubt flickers, you let go. When urgency knocks, you release. When surprise arrives, you allow integration instead of collapse into old pace. Step by step, you collapse the wave toward the outcomes that recognize your frequency. Notice the rhythm of this future. Fewer arguments with reality, more agreements with yourself. Fewer spikes of fear, more hums of resonance. Choices that used to drain you now return energy because they arise from coherence. You are not waiting for permission. You are listening for alignment. As evening comes, you feel the ceremony of an ordinary day that went right. You journal briefly, not to collect proof, but to practice self-remembering. You write, I am coherence, I am the signal. The field is listening. You sleep with an unforced smile because the new rhythm is beginning to feel inevitable. If you sense this timeline settling into place, seal it with a quiet vow to your future. Type 777 and write, the former me has been dissolved. Not to push the river, but to mark the current. Carry this frequency into tomorrow. Keep the ceremony small and daily. Keep choosing the breath, the posture, the word that says already yours. The bridge holds, the signal is clear, and every step forward feels like home. Your timeline jump begins the moment you act as the new self. Not next week, not when the world gives you proof. Now this breath, this choice, this tone in your chest. The quantum field responds to presence, and presence is a practice. Let this be your soft alarm. Don't let the old signal broadcast one more day. Feel your body as instrument. Posture easing, jaw unhooked, breath lengthening into heart-brain coherence. This is your live declaration to reality. Each quiet choice is tuning. Each steady exhale is attunement. You are teaching your nervous system that safety lives in coherence, not in hurry. When safety returns, neural pathways loosen their grip, subconscious programming unwinds, and a gentle upgrade begins. Listen, the observer effect is intimate now. What you witness with kindness, you begin to collapse into form. Keep the tone simple. Warmth in the chest, shoulders soft, voice rooted. You are the signal, and the field is listening. Say it under your breath, already yours. Let the words sink below thought and become sensation. This is embodiment, not performance. Identity expressed as feeling, movement, decision. This is not forcing manifestation. This is reality creation by alignment. In a vast multiverse, this steadiness invites the timeline shift that recognizes you as its own. Step by step, you collapse the wave toward the future that matches your frequency. If the old current tugs, fear, proof-seeking, perfection, meet it with ceremony. Let go, release, return. Place a hand on your heart and remember. Coherence is the bridge, breath is the anchor, and your presence is the path. What returns, releases, what softens, integrates. This is everyday integration, the quiet ritual of becoming. Hear this clearly. Your timeline jump begins the moment you act as the new self. Choose one action now that the new self would take. A message you will send, a boundary you will keep, a 5-minute walk you will honor. Small lived signals make reality unmistakable. Keep the rhythm, and resonance will gather around you like a tide that doesn't recede. Let's seal it together. Repeat softly, I am resonance, I am coherence, I am the signal. Again, slower, I am resonance, I am coherence, I am the signal. Feel how your field steadies, feel how the room listens. This is self-remembering, coming home to what never left you. Now the invitation, offered with love and gentle urgency. Like, subscribe, and comment your declaration now, so the field hears you. Write the sentence your life needs to echo. If you felt the click, type 777 and affirm, the former me has been dissolved. This isn't a performance. It's a public vow your nervous system can anchor to when the day gets loud. Before we close, breathe once more into your heart. Whisper, already yours. Let the words become a rhythm you carry into calls, corridors, and quiet rooms. Keep the ceremony small and daily, one breath, one posture, one choice. That's how energetic alignment becomes obvious to you and undeniable to the world. If no one told you lately, you are home. You belong here. This is your frequency. The bridge you've built with attention and kindness is sturdy. Walk it. Keep your tuning. Hold your coherence. The field will organize, the path will appear. The next right action will rise to meet your feet. And when it does, act as the new self, because the moment you do, your timeline is already moving.